Welcome back, everybody. I'm D-Man200, and I'm here to tell you about the CFB review, Week 3. Let's get into it. Our game of the week, I'll mention this game first, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, great game. But the game of the week, everybody knows, Georgia, Tennessee. What a game. First quarter, Joey Aguilar looked incredible. Tennessee had a 21-7 lead, and then Georgia brought it all the way back, and Tennessee's kicker did miss a late kick, and that was rough. Tennessee ended up losing in overtime. Can't always blame the kicker, but if you want to point fingers, he's the first one to point at. Next up, we have the player of the week, Ahmed Hardy from Missouri. He had 250 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. What a week for the kid. He played incredible. Yes, it was against lesser competition, and Missouri won, I believe, 52-14, but it was just a great game by him. And I'll shout out some Heisman guys. Taylon Green, Arkansas. I've been huge on him this year. And he played another good game against Ole Miss. They ended up losing, but Ole Miss is a ranked team, and they're good. And Arkansas is looking very good this year. And let's get into it. My AP poll reactions. So, not much has changed at the top. Ohio State, Penn State, LSU, Miami, Georgia. That's our 1 through 5, and I think that'll be our 1 through 5 for a while until we see one of those teams lose. And I don't know who's going to jump on them. Florida State's looked really good. Oregon has looked good. They've looked good for years, but again, Texas, I'm iffy. Arch Manning has not looked great. Tough to tell. What else do we have here? Indiana, 19. I think they're one who could sneakily make the playoffs again, just like they did last year. But they do play Illinois, so that's a very interesting game for the AP poll and for the Big Ten. Next, we have Georgia Tech and Vanderbilt making the rankings. Georgia Tech obviously upset Clemson, and Clemson fell out. Georgia Tech presumptively took their place, as you could say. And Vanderbilt, they made it in here. South Carolina fell out, so we see South Carolina and Clemson, those two rivals, both falling out of the rankings to the teams they lost to. At the end of the rankings, Michigan 21, no surprise there. I think they're a good team. I think they could go pretty far this year. Auburn and Missouri, I think they're overrated. I don't think they're ranked. They should be ranked. They haven't really proven anything. I mean, Baylor who beat SMU, but again, those are just early season. I think Missouri and Auburn are going to be decent, probably go 8-4, 9-3, but I don't think they're going to be in the playoff line. I'll just say that's my prediction. Notre Dame at 24. People say bad things about Notre Dame this year, especially like, what did they do? But when you really break it down, they lost number 4 team in the nation by 3, Miami, and then only lost to Texas A&M because of their third-string quarterback mishandled a snap on a kick. A lot want to say Notre Dame hasn't done anything, but, you want to say A&M and Miami credit for beating Notre Dame? Or is it just people don't want to look at it from both sides? They just want to see it from their own side. And I think Notre Dame is a good team. I think they might miss out on the playoffs now and just won't have a very good chance of getting back in due to those 2 losses. Unless, if they run the table, then no conference championship is always tough at the end of the year for Notre Dame. Number 25 is USC. Now, they're kind of in the same boat as Auburn and Missouri, not playing against great competitions, but starting the year off good and undefeated. So it's tough to tell at this point with some of these teams at the bottom of the rankings. The top teams that all look good, and then these teams look good, but the competition is not always great. Let's get into it. The final segment, my next week predictions. I have UNC beating UCF 24-20. And then we have Utah beating Texas Tech 35-29. In my last game I'll predict, I think Oklahoma will beat Auburn 31-17. This is D-Man200 with the CFB Review Week 3. Thank you for watching, and check back in next week.